We need to know our significance in the world. The more I learn, the more I understand this phrase. Today was at the gym and I was doing planks, and then we were supposed to do planks like this with our butts flat. But I haven't been able to do that, so I have been doing it like this because of my butt a little bit more up. And it's hard enough because for me to be straight like this, it requires too much strength and my arms are still not well, I'm just giving excuses, that's the truth, because I learned today that. And a guy came to me and he said, he is like 50 something, and he came to me and he said, oh, look, I'm sorry, excuse me. You are doing the plank like this, but you're supposed to do like this, because if you do like this, you're not doing it correctly. And he explained me why. And my head was just burning, like, who's he to talk to me like this, to try to correct me, like, mind your business. And to be honest, I used to think a lot like that, but lately I have been trying to be a lot more mature, I think. After I reached my 30s, I started to think how immature we are for many times. We don't want to listen to people. We want to talk a lot. I like to talk. But are we listening to people? I mean, I understand that sometimes, most of the time, we need to set boundaries between people, and people are impolite. But then he said that, and I said, okay, thank you. And I could have ended it there. But after I finished my practice, I went to him and I said, look, I told him a bit of my story about obesity and everything, and about my insecurities. And I said, oh, when someone tells me something like this, it makes me feel like I'm being observed, like someone is just watching me to tell me when I'm wrong. And that's the truth, I'm insecure. I do think people are looking at me all the time at the gym. And I think not only me, a lot of people think like that. And then he said, look, I do understand you. Everyone here thinks like that too. But let's be honest, we don't care. We are just looking at our own selves and trying to do our best. And I understand your perspective, and he told me about his story and where he came from and how he was at bottom of the world, like he was really bad. And then he told me, look, I do understand you deeply. I was at my lowest once. And after I reached my 50s, I started to understand one thing, the main thing. And I really would like you to understand that in your 20s, if you talk about 20, thank God. Sometimes we're just giving ourselves excuses to not do things correctly. If someone tells you that that is the correct way to do things, maybe we should just leave our pride behind and just do it. Because sometimes that's all we need. We don't need to give ourselves excuses why we're not doing it correctly, but just correct yourself. And of course, he didn't say it like this. He told me a whole story. He tried to be very calm and very nice to me. And when I started the conversation, I was really like fired up. I was trying to explain him and tell him that it was a miracle for me to be at the gym. And after the whole conversation, we talked, we share experiences, and I told myself, wow. Actually, I really needed that, because I've been telling myself that I want to grow. I've been telling myself that I don't want to live my life like I used to live anymore. Just living day by day, trying to get out of this whole depression, this whole low self-esteem, this whole thing. And the thing is, at some point, you need to break it down. You just need to do it. If you don't break your own pride, you will never grow. If you don't break your own self, you will never grow. We need to break apart. And honestly, it hurt me so bad to listen to him at first. In my mind, I kept trying to giving him excuses like I was right at some point. And then I just understood, look, I'm wrong. Accept it. You need to accept it. My sister always tells me that I never accept that I'm wrong, and I agree with her. And one of the best things about living by myself is that I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to fix myself. There are so many things that I need to fix. And this conversation today helped me so much. I think I came out of it like with a much more tender heart, not just about myself in the exercise itself, but about people as well. Like, he said one thing. He said, the problem is we're always looking at other people instead of looking at ourselves. And I told him, I do understand you, I agree with you, but sometimes it's not just about not looking at our own selves, but about looking at people with different eyes. Because we are always looking at people, especially people that we don't know, with this prejudice that they are not doing something, that they are like coming with you with like aggressive, but sometimes they are just trying to help, they're just trying to do something, they're just living, they're just trying to contribute. And we are so angry with our own selves, because that's it. I'm angry with myself because I'm gaining weight, because I am trying to be disciplined, and I beat myself a lot. I'm angry with myself. But God isn't. Why should I be angry at people? And sometimes I'm just reflecting this behavior at other people. I don't do this often. I don't do this kind of confrontation that much. It's really, really, really rare. But today I did. And to be honest, after the conversation ended, I felt like trash. But then I understand. I said, okay, we do need to break ourselves and to be more to have more humility, we need to humiliate ourselves to God and to understand that we are nothing. We are so insignificant. But He made us whole. He made us sons and daughters. So, I don't know, I'm just blabbing at this time. I hope this message can get through you. And let's try to stop giving ourselves excuses. Why we're not doing this? Oh, because of this, because forget it. We're wrong. Just do it. If you need to fix yourself, do my exercise, at saving money, at I don't know, using my money in a better way, talking to my people, to my family in a better way, behaving with my family in a better way. If we're doing something wrong, let's just try to stop giving excuses. Just do it. You know what you need to do. Let's leave pride aside. Smash it. It won't take us anywhere. Let's be better, guys. With God, we can do all things. All right.